A recent report from the Resolution Foundation highlights a concerning trend. The failure to reform the council tax system is gradually recreating the very issues that led to the downfall of the poll tax. The report reveals a stark disparity in the burden of this tax. In the 2020-21 financial year, the poorest fifth of households in England, Wales, and Scotland, and those paying domestic rates in Northern Ireland, allocated 8% of their 9% in 2002 to 03. This escalating financial strain on low-income households underscores a critical flaw in the system. Economists widely criticize the current council tax structure, primarily because its valuation of properties in England and Scotland remains rooted in 1991 figures. This outdated assessment fails to reflect the substantial shifts in wealth distribution over the past 3 decades. The discrepancy is glaring. While Wales has modernized its system by adopting 2003 valuations, and Scotland adjusted rates on higher-banded properties in 2017, Northern Ireland continues to operate under its pre-council tax domestic rate system, further highlighting the inconsistencies and inequities within the UK's local taxation landscape. The escalating share of household income dedicated to council tax is partly attributed to the 2013 abolition of council tax benefit under the conservative Liberal Democrat coalition government and the subsequent gradual phase-out of rebates across various regions. This policy shift has disproportionately impacted lower-income families, exacerbating existing financial vulnerabilities. The historical context is crucial. Margaret Thatcher's introduction of the flat-rate poll tax, officially termed the community charge, aimed to replace the property value-based domestic rate system, which imposed heavier burdens on owners of expensive properties. However, the poll tax met with widespread public disapproval culminating in the Trafalgar Square riot, ultimately contributed significantly to the challenges to Thatcher's leadership, culminating in her resignation in. John Major's government subsequently introduced the council tax in 1993 as a compromise, aiming to rectify the flaws of its predecessor. The council tax system has faced renewed scrutiny in recent years, particularly following the financial distress experienced by several English councils, some of which have declared bankruptcy. The escalating costs associated with social care have intensified the pressure on local authorities, forcing them to seek increased revenue through higher council tax rates. The Resolution Foundation's report projects a potential acceleration of this trend, with predictions of basic council tax bills rising by up to 99% in England within the next year. The situation is even more critical for 6 councils granted permission to implement SIGNIF. 99%. Bradford, Newham, and Trafford all Labour-run, and Windsor, Maidenhead, and Somerset all Lib Dem-controlled. The report's findings paint a concerning picture of a system that, despite being intended as an improvement over the poll tax, is inadvertently reproducing similar issues of regressive taxation and disproportionate burden on vulnerable households. The lack of significant reform and the failure to address the outdated valuation methods have allowed the council tax to become a source of increasing financial strain for low-income families, mirroring the social unrest and political instability that characterized the era of the poll tax. The widening gap between the wealthy and the poor is further highlighted by the council tax system's inherent biases, which are not only economically unjust, but also socially divisive, potentially fueling further political turmoil. The lack of a comprehensive and equitable solution continues to threaten the financial stability of local councils, leaving them vulnerable and struggling to meet the growing demands for essential public services, primarily in the area of social. The need for substantial and timely reform is not merely a matter of fiscal prudence, but a crucial step in ensuring social justice and preventing a potential repeat of the tumultuous events surrounding the poll tax. The report serves as a stark warning, urging immediate action to prevent a crisis that could destabilize both local government and the social fabric of the nation.